I asked my Instagram followers if they wanted to see some YouTube content on my life as an actor. I think it's a little bit strange that I've never covered the topic on my channel because it is such a huge part of my life. So I decided to dive in. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below what kind of video you'd like to see next in regards to acting topics. I would love to make this a series on my channel if it is something that interests you. So please engage and let me know. As always, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and let's get into it. How I started acting. I was always the kind of kid who just loved being front and center. I had a big personality. I liked things running my way. I was always making my brothers do little like skits and plays and performances with me. When I went to this musical theater program, which I was more focused on the dancing and singing aspect of it, but there was acting. It was a triple threat thing. I was in a class with this boy who was on a little show called Degrassi. His name was Jake Goldsby, and he played Toby on the show, and I was starstruck. I was about 11 years old. I'd never seen anybody on TV in real life before, so I was super excited because I loved Degrassi. It had already been on, I think, for a year or two. And I went up to him and asked him for his autograph. And he was so sweet, and I think he was so excited that somebody asked him for his autograph, so he gave me his autograph. But he was also like, oh, you're doing this program, like if you're ever interested in acting, here's my agent's number. You should, get your mom to contact them. So I told my mom about it. We did contact the lady. She ended up bringing me on as my agent, and I was with her for about a year, mainly doing commercial auditions and stuff like that. But I did not book a single thing, not a single job, not a single commercial, nothing. So I just kind of had in my head that I wasn't good and I should not do this anymore. So I parted ways with her when I was about 12. And then when I was 13, I was doing the same musical theater program. I did it every year. And I was at the live performance. My family was all there, and it was like a 4-hour performance. And when it was all said and done, I was leaving and walking back to my mom's car with my whole family. And this lady ran across the street at me. And she was like, hi, do you have an agent? And I was like, no, like, I don't really want to act. I tried having an agent. It didn't work out. So I'm not really interested. And she was like, well, if you change your mind, here's my contact info. I would love to represent you. I spoke to my mom about it, and I was like, I'm 13 now. I'm starting high school in September, and I took school very, very seriously. I loved school and loved doing work and getting good grades and all that stuff. So I didn't want the acting to distract from me transitioning into high school, because I knew it was going to be a huge jump from elementary school, and I wanted to be focused on that. But I decided to just try it out for the summer with this agent and see how it went. So I spent my summer auditioning with this new agent, Amanda Rosenthal, in Toronto, and I ended up booking a commercial. And I had my first little taste then of, what it felt like, how the high of booking a job that you went on an audition for. So I booked that commercial, and I decided to let it play out, see how I do with school. If school starts to kind of falter because of the acting, then, we'll reevaluate then. But I went in, started high school, and I was continuing to audition. And pretty soon into my first year of high school, one of the first auditions that, I got a lot of traction on was for a little show called Degrassi. So it all came really full circle for me quite quickly. And I booked a really small part on Degrassi. It was initially just like a recurring role. I think I was just in a couple of episodes here and there, whatever. But I really earned my stripes on that show. I was on it for about 4 years, and my role just got bigger and bigger each season. And then while that was happening, I was continuing to audition because I wasn't contractually obligated, because I did have such a small part on the show. So I was able to book another recurring role on a show called Naturally Sadie. I booked a bunch of different commercials. I was on a Coffee Crisp commercial, which is a Canadian chocolate bar. If you don't know that, it's a really good one. I was in, I think I was in like a KFC commercial. I was in like a toy company commercial. I was in a lot of commercials at one time. I think at one point I had like 3 or 4 on air all at the same time. And at that point, I decided to focus primarily on TV and film and kind of let the commercial side of things go away for a little while. And everything just continued to pick up. So if it wasn't for Amanda, who is still my agent now, I'm 29, dating myself, but she signed me when I was 13. So it's been 16 years, and Amanda has been an incredible member of my team. And yeah, if it wasn't for her belief in me and chasing me across the street and tracking me down, then I wouldn't be where I am today. I wanted to share this story with you guys because a lot of you did ask how I got started in acting. So there you have it. But I also wanted to share it because a lot of people asked if I thought a manager or agent was necessary if you wanted to pursue acting. And as you can tell from my story, I definitely think it is vital that you have an agent or a manager representing you, because agents and managers just have existing relationships and they have a lot of experience, they have a lot of contacts that you won't have. So they're bringing a lot of resources to the table that are going to help you get your foot in the door easier than just trying to find open casting calls on the internet, for example. I definitely know that if it weren't for my agent Amanda all of those years ago, that I wouldn't be where I am today. She was the one who scouted me, and it's been 16 years, oh my gosh, and she is still my agent today. And she did not just help me get my foot in the door in Canada, she also helped me get my foot in the door in America as well, because I said to her after a couple of years of acting, like, okay, I think I have enough experience and my ultimate goal is LA, so let's just go for it, you know? And she totally encouraged me and actually set me up on a lot of meetings with different agents and managers out here. I think it's necessary, like wherever you are, that you have different agents and managers depending on if you want to work in Canada, in England, in America, whatever. Having representation locally is going to be really helpful to you because they're just going to have, like I said, all of those pre-existing relationships in that territory. And ultimately, if it wasn't for my new agents and managers out in LA, then I never would have booked 90210 because they were the ones who emailed me the self-tape audition that ended up booking me the job. But I do want to be clear, you guys, like the most important thing if you are interested in starting acting, the most important thing is having resilience, having perseverance, you know, trucking through all of those no's until you finally get to a yes. That was the mistake I made super early on in my career when I was 11 and I had that first agent. You know, it didn't go my way and I was with her for a few months and I was just like, ugh, I'm not good at this. I'm walking away. I'm throwing the towel in. And if it wasn't for Amanda finding me a couple of years later and convincing me to just try it out for a few more months, then I wouldn't be sitting here, you know, talking to all of you guys and sharing with you on this platform. It really completely changed my life having somebody who really believed in me and advocated for me, representing me. That first agent obviously wasn't fighting very hard for me, so I think having somebody who really believes in you as an artist is so important when it comes to representation. Eventually, all of the right stars will align and that lucky strike will happen, but that's the hardest part about being an actor, just persevering through all of those no's. I've heard so many no's in my career. I've been on so many auditions that I did not get. You know, the final stage before you finally book a job is called a screen test. And before booking 90210 from that screen test, I had actually screen tested for 6 or 7 projects. So I got to the final stage, so close to getting the job, and still got no's. Never mind how many like basic auditions I've been on, hundreds and hundreds. I can't even count. So just know that it is so not realistic to think that you're just gonna go to a few auditions and book this life-changing job. I'm sure there are some like very rare instances where it does happen that way, but I think for most people, it takes a long time to, you know, find the right project and have the right project find you. So be resilient, have an agent or a manager. Find an agent or a manager that super believes in you, that really has your back, that believes in everything you're capable of and is inspired by you as an artist. All of those components are totally necessary, in my opinion, when it comes to getting your foot in the door as an actor. So I hope that this video has been helpful for you, interesting for you, maybe inspired you to take those first steps. If you liked it, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving me a comment below if you want to see more videos of me chatting about my acting experience and any kind of 2 cents I have on the subject of acting. As I said at the beginning of the video, it's such a huge component of my life. It has been for so long, and it's something I'm really passionate about. So I'm excited to finally be talking about it on this channel. I will see you in the next video, you guys. Mwah!